Metria.
Hi, my name is Metria Jones. I've been in Gulfport for more than 20 years. Good evening, Mayor, Council members. Benjamin Franklin warned, "Those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty or safety." But Gulfport residents were never meaningfully asked to make that trade. For nearly 3 years, our vehicles have been recorded as we entered and left the city. These records were placed in a searchable law enforcement network, while most residents and apparently some elected city officials did not even know this was happening. That is surveillance imposed without meaningful public debate. We are told these are just license plate readers, but they do much more than that. Flock says its cameras use AI-powered software to turn vehicle images into searchable information, including plate number, make, model, color, location, and time. That creates a searchable record of movement. The chief confirmed that the Gulfport's cameras were placed along the main routes used to enter and leave the city. Every time we leave home or return, another entry can be created. Over time, these records may reveal our routines, medical visits, social activities, political or religious associations, friendships, and when our homes are empty. Some people ask, if you're not doing anything wrong, why do you care? Because privacy is not evidence of guilt. I close my curtains and lock my door because my private life belongs to me. The Fourth Amendment does not say innocent people must surrender their privacy until they prove they deserve it. The chief also revealed that Gulfport originally had 3 cameras and access to cameras around Pinellas County. When that access was removed, Gulfport added 3 more cameras to regain it. That expansion appears to have been driven by the requirements of a private surveillance company, not by a public presented Gulfport crime study, privacy review, or finding of local need. A private company should not determine how much surveillance Gulfport must accept as a price for admission to a larger network. My fellow resident, Kristen, would like to come up now and address who can access this information, what oversight existed, and what council action is needed.
Thank you. Kristen?
Hi, I'm Kristen. I have lived in Gulfport for 6 years now.
Okay.
When asked whether outside agencies could access Gulfport's camera data, the chief first said no. She then corrected herself and acknowledged that other police departments can access it. We were told those agencies are accredited and have technology policies, but having a policy is not the same as knowing what agencies did with Gulfport residents' data. The chief said Gulfport does not use facial recognition, but she could not say whether the sheriff or other agencies use facial recognition or other identification technology. Once Gulfport's data enters the larger network, who is actually in control? Then there is elected oversight. Mayor Karen Love said, "I know that until 9 days ago, I have never heard of flock cameras." The cameras had already operated for nearly 3 years and another camera was scheduled for installation. If the mayor had never heard of the program, who outside of the police department is overseeing it? Mitria asked for the city for records showing approval, privacy, and legal review, operating restrictions, audits, misuse reports, error reports, and evaluations of effectiveness. The city repeatedly answered no record found or directed her back to the police department. The chief says the department has a very thorough directive, then publish it. Let the council and public examine it. When asked how many crimes flock cameras helped solve in these 3 years, the answer was more than one. That is not an effectiveness report. How many searches were performed? How many alerts were wrong? How many crimes were materially solved? How many outside agencies searched Gulfport's data? What has this program cost? Mistakes and misuse have real consequences. In Arkansas, flock camera misread one plate character and directed a police toward an innocent vehicle. Its occupants were detained, including a woman beside her 1-month-old baby. In Texas, an officer admitted improperly using flock searches in personal disputes. We are not claiming every past user was improper. We are asking council to stop assuming every use was proper when the safeguards, access, accuracy, and results have not been demonstrated. Pause the cameras and the flock interface. Place this matter on a public agenda. Publish the directive and contract. Audit previous searches and data sharing. Require an independent privacy, accuracy, cybersecurity, and effectiveness review. Establish enforceable restrictions and meaningful civilian oversight. Then require a public council vote before reactivating or expansion. This is not anti-police, it is pro-accountability. Trust is not oversight. Before Gulfport watches the public deserves to know who is watching the watchers. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's next? April?
I was going to talk on exactly the same thing, and they clearly have done more research than I have. But one thing I know is that we pay monthly for somebody to monitor this for us. We don't do this ourselves. So that means this monitoring company, which is not a police department, also has access to this information, and who knows who they can give it to. And it's another example of when a policy decision has been made by the staff, just because it's under $20,000 doesn't mean it shouldn't be a council decision and not a staff decision. And especially when it's something that people are going to take so personally, and we really don't have much information about how it all gets accessed. And because we signed a 287G, if immigration wants those records, are we obligated to give it to them? And what does that mean? Because that's another one we signed without policy issues and a vote of council. And I think we need to make sure that anytime there's a policy decision, council makes it, not staff.
Thank you. Who's next?